Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So let's go. So in our last video, we have seen finance and accounting setup, like overview of subsidiary, create subsidiary, and how to use subsidiary. What is the example? So the etc. We have seen that. So in our next video, in the sense like today's video, we'll know what is manage tax period, manage accounting period, and what is the use of manage accounting period. So what is tax period, what is manage accounting period, key differences, use case and example scenario, how to set up. So these things we will learn today. Let's go. Yeah. So when we are talking about manage accounting period, so accounting period represent a specific time frame like month, quarter, years for which financial transactions are recorded and reported. So they are essential for financial reporting, closing process, and reconciling account. So how to manage accounting period? To how to set up. So first we have to navigate like set up accounting, manage accounting period. Then we need to set the fiscal years including sub periods such as month or quarter. Define whether the periods are in regular interval or for example monthly or custom interval. So opening and closing period. Accounting periods can be opened to record transaction and close to prevent further changes. Closing periods finalize the book and ensure no additional posting. So navigate to task period close checklist period step by step. Permission. Only user with a specific permission can open the period, close the period, or make any adjustment. Used in reporting, accounting period are used to journal the financial statements such as balance sheet, income statement, cash flow. Basically, accounting period. Accounting period is allows to post a transaction in the GL ledger, general ledger, and it is helpful for finding the report based on the period. So, key features of accounting period: locking the transaction, lock period to prevent unauthorized changes, adjustments, record journal entry or adjustments during open period, consolidation, consolidate subsidy level data at the parent level. So we'll see, let's see the accounting period. So we need to navigate, setup, accounting, manage accounting period. So these are the fees. Manage accounting period. So we need to set up the manage accounting period. Just we don't need to see, just click on that setup accounting period. Here we can select the accounting period, and what will be the fiscal year, standard fiscal year calendar on the first period of that year, financial year, like it should be start, it will be start from January. Period format, calendar month, year in the period name, ending year of the period. So how this is the way how we can open the accounting period, and we can allow the post transaction to the post in the general account, general ledger. And we can use set up here yearly period, quarterly period, and base period. And there are the things how to close the period. So if you want to close the period, then we need to click on that setting and the setting checklist icon. From here we can close the period. Just click here. Yeah, from here we can close the accounting period. So we need to select the checkbox. So all we want to close for all the subsidiary. Let's do this. Yeah, previous this period was closed, and suppose we want to reopen that period, then how we can do? So just click on that and select. So now status is open. So in this way we can open that period. If we want to open a specific, then also we can open. No issue with that. So this is the way we can use the accounting period, and accounting period is also helpful for to find the report and post the transaction in the general ledger, and we can also find the report or balance sheet, income statement, this kind of reports by with the help of accounting period. So the period wise, we can also find the reports, the income statement based on subsidiary, based on the custom date, what are the based on column filter we can use, and we can find the report. So we can analyze the report, and we can review the transaction details and financial income statement. So this is that way of this is the like accounting period use of that. And so in the next, what are the tax period? Tax period aligns basically with the government's mandate tax reporting deadline and are used to calculate the report tax such as VAT, GST, value added tax, GST, good service tax or sales tax that help ensure compliance with the tax laws and regulation. How to manage tax period? So what are the navigation? How we enable that? So navigate to like set up tax, manage tax period, define tax period, such as each subsidiary or jurisdiction. Whenever we are talking about the jurisdiction, jurisdiction is a nothing in the sense like from where we are calculating the tax, collecting the tax. So this is the area where we need to collect the taxes. Those called is jurisdiction. Tax period may align with the accounting period or follow unique requirement. Tax filing and reporting. Tax reports are used for filing tax returns such as VAT, GST, return sales, or tax filing. They determine the tax liabilities and the credit for the specific period. Tax period closed. Once tax are filled, the tax period is closed to prevent further changes. Same, it's also like working like accounting period, same as similar kind of things. Closing ensure accurate tax filing and prevents additional transaction. Key feature of the tax period: tax reporting, generate tax specific report, for example VAT return or GST return. Tax agency compliance ensure filing align with the specific tax authorities. Multi-subsidiary report manage tax periods separately for the subsidiary operating in different tax jurisdiction. So how we can see go to setup accounting, manage tax period. Same like accounting period also we can enable this or close this period and open the period. To set up a full year, just we need to come here, we need to define this and we need to save it. So it will set up a new tax year for that entire year. Same like quarterly, fiscally, and closing also like same as we did in accounting period. We can close, we can reopen the same way. So what are the key differences? When we talk about differences, and what is the purpose like of accounting period for recording and reporting financial transaction, tax period difference like for calculating and finding, filing, reporting taxes. Regulation focus on driven by internal accounting and financial reporting standard and driven by tax laws and regulation in a specific jurisdiction set up define fiscal year, month and quarters. Same year like a tax period for a specific jurisdiction, closing impact financial reporting, balance sheet income statement, impact tax filing and compliance. Frequency can be monthly, quarterly, yearly, depending on the company's reporting needs. Follow tax authority requirements, for example, monthly, quarterly. Users in transaction track all transaction and consolidate financial result based on subsidy track taxable transaction, for example, sales transaction, purchase transaction. Multi-entity support consolidated accounting periods across subsidiaries, separate tax period for each jurisdiction or subsidiary. Focus on adjustment. Adjustment are made for accounting accuracy. Adjustment are made for tax reconciliation. When we talk about use cases, what are the use cases? Accounting period. So monthly financial close log the period after reconciling transaction or generating the financial report. Year-end reporting. Generate annual financial statement for stakeholder or regulatory bodies. Tax period. We know what tax period. Filing VAT, value-added tax, gold service tax returns. File periodic tax return with the tax authorities for compliance. Tax reconciliation. Compare the tax collected and paid to calculate the net worth liability. Accounting period. A company closes its accounting period for January 25 after all transactions are posted and reconciled. So the financial team generate a profit and loss estimate for the month and log the period to prevent further changes. The tax period, the same company operates in UK where VAT returns are filed quarterly and January to March 25. The tax team uses the tax period to calculate VAT and submit the return by required deadline. To set up and manage tax period, we have seen, so we don't need to see again. So assign tax period to transaction when entering transaction like invoice, vendor bill, that should automatically assign them to the correct tax period based on that transaction date. Yeah. Generate tax report. Go to report tax report. how to generate the tax report, how to see the tax report. Select the reports such as tax detail report, tax audit files, or taxable and non-taxable transaction for a specific period, and close the tax period. Once all tax filings are for a period are completed, navigate to set up accounting, manage tax period, mark period as closed, and lock to transaction for that period. So once what does it mean by lock? So lock in the sense like once we lock the period, so no one can edit the transaction on that specific period and make some changes or modify. That is the use of lock. So user will not be able to modify the transaction in that specific lock period. Reopen a tax period if adjustment are required for the closed period. Reopen. So unchecking that closed box and ensure this compliance with your organization, then user can again modify. Best practice when you talk about best practice for the tax period management. Regularly reconcile tax report, reconcile taxable transaction with the tax liabilities before closing a period. Automate tax calculation. Use NetSuite automated tax feature to reduce error in the tax calculation. There is a automate pre-built feature to calculate the tax based on jurisdiction. Configure, define, enable tax alert, set reminder for filing deadlines, ensure timely compliance, maintain audit trails, ensure every transaction is linked to the correct tax period for easy auditability, coordinate with accounting teams. So once have a look with the tax period setup. So here we can see that tax report, tax audit files. Here we can see, yeah, we can have given that we can give the report data and we will give the which subsidiary we need, what is the period we can then click on generate. So once this will it will generate that tax report audit files. So so in this way we can see that transaction details. This is that audit file, transaction audit file we can download and we can review. And if we talk about report, tax report, so here we can see BAT, GST report, GST on sale, GST on purchase, sales by tax code. These are that GST, VST like sales tax based on sales. So sales related, tax related, so many report we can find here. If we are going that financial, so the income statement. So when we will talk about reports, so we'll go in deep with the report. So just we are covering that overview. So I hope we have covered this chapter like what is tax period, manage accounting period in this video. So in the upcoming video, we will see like what is the currency, how do we use currency, what is the base currency, assign currency to a customer, how to assign currency to vendor, currency exchange rate. So this chapter, chapter number 6, next chapter will be covered in that next video. So that's for today. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for NetSuite tips and tutorials. So as stay active and wait for happy learning. I hope you guys are doing well. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you.